Good day. My name is Martin Fongoh Martin. I'm a software engineer and entrepreneur and the founder of the platform digitalrenter.com. So at Digital Renter, we help people who are looking for vacant houses, connect them with those who have vacant houses. And we do this through our website and our mobile application. So those who have properties, landlords, caretakers, real estate agents and agencies use our platform to advertise their vacant houses, and those who are in search of it, people who are being transferred, civil servants, and even diasporans visiting Cameroon can get both short stay and furnished apartments as well as student hostels on the platform and connect. Yeah, so that's what we do. We help people find the houses and not stress much.
So what are some of the challenges you face as a startup?
The obvious number zero challenge is finance for every startup. Being a startup is basically an experiment that you're trying to run and to see if it's going to work. So finance is very important to do different pilots, do different changes, to run marketing campaigns, to run data collection, to run, to fund different operations. So finance is really important. The second is technological adoption in Cameroon. Cameroon is still a bit backward when it comes to adopting locally made technologies. If you look around, if you ask somebody what are the apps you use majority on your phone, it will be Facebook and WhatsApp. But they don't really see the importance, or they don't really see how good they can use locally made solutions. And not just the citizens, even at the level of government institutions on adopting local products is still a problem. The third, which I would say, is the current Anglophone crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic that has really drastically reduced and slowed down operations. People cannot really work as fluently as they used to work. Maybe some startups have actually left the community and gone to other places because of the not too convenient atmosphere of working here. And with the restrictions on the number of people that can gather, operations have really reduced the way they used to do. So the pandemic and the long-standing Anglophone crisis actually causing a negative impact on the startup ecosystem. General problems that startups has faced is building a team. When you have to build a team, you also need money, and you need the right skills. So sometimes the skills are not available, which you will need to train the skills by yourself, or you need to go for high-end skills to train other people. So those are some of the things which I can say now are some of the challenges. There could be others, yes, from other startups, but those are the ones I can really highlight.
If you could propose some things that will help
in the direction of funding, I don't know if it's available, but the government could put up a fund for startups to help us be able to access the finance and try out our different models. As I explained, startups are experiments which we need a lot of fun. It's like we're in a lab and we're trying out one or two things. And so if we could get support from, or whether funding or bank loan or support from the government, yeah, it could help. And also we're looking at the environment should be investor friendly. People should start learning how to invest in local startups, not just investing in Bitcoin, network marketing schemes. Yes, those are good, but those may come and go, but the startups are projects that are being run here. So people should also look at investing in local startups, both people in Cameroon and most especially those in the diaspora that have quite more experience and exposure to the way business runs. On the second part, I cannot solve the Anglophone crisis. The ball is left to both the government and the other party to sit down and look for long-lasting solutions. We have complained, we have cried, we have spoken, but they are the ones that have the yam and the knife. Once they decide that they want to end this, I believe that it's going to end. It's just to learn how to live and cope with the crisis. We know we are in a crisis period, so let's just learn to live and cope with it. So those are my recommendations for the problems.
One quick last advice to other startup.
Yeah, for those who are just getting into startup entrepreneurship ecosystem, they should have in mind that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time. You need patience. You need to endure. You need to try out multiple things. You need to forget about the things you've learned maybe in school. You need to be ready to adopt the change. For example, if you spent 1 year doing one thing and you know it's not working, you will be a fool to continue doing that same thing and expecting it to change. So you should be ready to change your model over time and adopt new things. Maybe there's a new technology that is coming up and you think or you believe is going to be helpful to your project, then I think you should. Then secondly, I would say as a new startupper, you should get a mentor, which is very important. You can get under an incubator. A mentor will help you to surpass some of the challenges which you would normally face. They have a lot of experience. They'll help to train you. They'll help to give you the necessary exposure which you need. And don't stay in the hideout. Connect with other entrepreneurs. Network with other people. Talk about your problems. Some people usually say, "Oh, I don't want to expose my ideas. And maybe it will be stolen." I mean, the idea is as bad as it remaining with you. But when you connect with other people, you discuss with them. I'm not saying go and then shout your idea in the midst of the crowd. But when you connect with other people, talk about your idea, they might give you solutions. They might give you a possibility of you implementing it. You're not the only person thinking about it. We implementing digital rentals. No, we are not the first people that did it. Others have done it. We are coming out with our own innovative approach, and we've had different suggestions from other people. So connect with people is very important. Sell yourself, market yourself, but then market yourself in such a way that you know you can back the value. Don't just be audio, because you could just go on social media and sell what you cannot back, and then at the point where they are coming to ask for results, you cannot back that. So that would be very bad for you and for the whole entrepreneur ecosystem. And just have faith. Faith is one of the things that runs us as entrepreneurs. It's not just the money, but the conviction that what we are doing is right and it's going to work.
Very hard, very difficult. Maybe you want to tell us some of the good sides, some of the advantages.
Some of the advantages, I would say, maybe the first one is you get to be crazy, right? You get to be crazy enough to try things that you might not try if you were just maybe directly on unemployment. You get to test out new things. You get to venture into crazy adventures. And quote unquote, you get to be your own boss, but then you're not actually your boss. Right? Some people will say entrepreneur should be your own boss, but basically when you're an entrepreneur, you're working for your employees because you have to listen to them, you have to hear what they say, you have to take the recommendations and ensure that things work. But it's kind of a quote unquote again free world where you can try. I think that's the most important thing for now. And also there's a tendency you become super duper rich, right? It's a tendency. You could just end up being the next Zuckerberg or the next Bill Gates or the next Elon Musk. But also it takes time. It takes time, but it's a worthwhile journey, and you get to do things that will impact people's lives directly. You get to provide value to the community. I think that should be the most important thing about entrepreneurship, about coming up with new innovative ways to provide value to your community, and then money will follow. Trust me, when it hits the big points, money will follow. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.